All right. So let's start with what we had left yesterday. Any questions from yesterday topic? Any questions, guys, from yesterday topic? Okay, no question from Mahesh, Kira, Mahesh, and Shravan. Perfect. All right, what we have seen yesterday that quickly let me go on the new topic. All right, we have talked about IPs, we have talked about static IP, dynamic IP with respect to the public IP and the private IP. Then we also talk about how NIC card looks like, how NIC card get configured. So quickly before proceeding that, I want to show you that how the things get associated with NIC card. Right. The next topic which we need to cover that, which is a securing network. And before covering this topic, I just want to show you how NIC card get configured. Right. So let me. All right. Let's say that I have virtual machine and I wanted to attach a public IP to that virtual machine. So this is a public IP. I have it. Let me remove that. Also, let's say that we go reverse order. We'll say that this public IP I want to remove from my this virtual machine. So what I need to do, I need to go on his networking, specifically on networking part. In the networking, I need to look for which network card is public IP got attached. So I can see that this NIC, it is not saying that virtual machine got public IP. It is saying that NIC card have a public IP. So I'll go to network interface. All right. Then this is a network card. Either you can go from virtual machine and click on networking, then click on network interface, or simply you can look for the network interface service. All right, which will show you all the network interface which you have deployed in your environment. Then you have to find out this network card is attached to which virtual machine. So I want to look for this virtual machine. Then I'll click on this virtual machine. Then I'll see that couple of things here. What are the things? I can see that public IPs, private IPs, and I will go in IP config where I can find out which VNet and subnet this is belongs. So this is belongs to this VNet, right? Central India VNet, and it is belongs to this subnet. So can I change of my network card subnet? Yes, I can change. So if I have multiple subnet, I can just change the subnet and save. So this will be allow me to change my subnet from one subnet to another subnet, right? So right now it is subnet 1. If I change to subnet 2 and save it to whatever the next available IP will be there in subnet 2, I will get that IP. Make sense, guys? So can we change the VNet? No, we cannot change this VNet. VNet cannot be cannot be possible that we can change the subnet, but we cannot change the VNet, but we can change the subnet. Subnet within a VNet, we can change it, right? And if you want to see the IPs, so if you can have the IP, this is the IP. The IP is right now is dynamic IP, which means that whatever next IP will be available, it will capture that IP. If I want to make it static IP, I have to go and click on this IP config and this configuration IP name, IP config 1, and I need to go and change to static. And then I can provide 110, whatever I feel that I can provide and save it. All right. So whatever action you do, whether you're changing a subnet or changing a static to a dynamic to static or setting up in a different IP, that will restart your virtual machine because you're changing the IPs. private IPs, right? If you want to, someone says that, okay, this virtual machine have this NIC card is attached to which virtual machine, how do I come to know? So I can look for associate option. So this right now is attached to this virtual machine, this virtual machine, CN India VM1, which is deployed in Central India VM1 virtual machine attached to that. Where I can find out? Yes, I can find out here, right? How to remove from the virtual machine? How to remove the this NIC card from the virtual machine? You cannot remove as it is. You at least you required one NIC card to be applied. So if your virtual machine have a two NIC card, if your virtual machine have a two NIC card, then you can remove the one of a NIC card, which is not necessary which one you want to remove, primary, secondary, doesn't matter. The thing is that virtual machine always should have a NIC card. Make sense, guys? Any questions here? Perfect. No questions. All right. So now what I said that everything is virtual machine have a NIC card and NIC card have a energy, right? This is how it looks like. That is my virtual machine, and this will be my NIC card attached to my virtual machine, and public IP will be attached to my NIC card. This will be my public IP, and energy also attached to NIC card, right? So these are the properties are attached to NIC card, network security card, right? This is attached to. So I can say that this is virtual machine. If I delete the virtual machine, the NIC card will be always there. Even deletion of virtual machine, NIC card will be just say that I don't have associate virtual machine. But NIC card, if NIC card is there, definitely public IP and NSG also will be there, right? If you delete the NIC card, first what you need to do, you have to deassociate all the resources which attach to it, right? So this is virtual machine, this is NIC card, then this is your public IP, and this is your NSG. All right. I want to see that where I can find out the public IP NSG. I'll go to NIC card. I'll click on IP configuration. I click on the IP and I can see that where I can associate the public IP. This is where I can associate. I can change multiples which is not be used, the public IP. I can choose that. Or if I just want to deassociate, I'll just deassociate and save it. Right, so I have removed the NIC card. Same way, if I go click on associate and provide a NIC card or new NIC card, sorry, new public IP, my sorry for my word, it is public IP on the NIC card. If you want to remove the public IP, you simply click on deassociate the public IP, right? Now, where I can find out the energy, this is energy, network security group. Right, I can see that one energy is associated with this NIC card. If I don't want to achieve, I don't want any energy, I can simply say none and save it. There will be no energy. If I want to attach this energy or this energy, I can attach multiple energy. I can attach multiple NIC card to one single energy. That can possible, right? So this is how you can play on NIC card. Any questions on the public IP and NSG? Public IP is here. I have removed the public IP. If I want to attach it back, I'll just go click on associate, choose the drop down option. Or if I want to create a new public IP, I'll say that CNI VM public IP. So I can create a new public IP. This will going to create a new public IP and attach to that virtual machine. Make sense, public? Make sense, guys? Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So let's come to the security part. This is what we have our virtual network, right? This is virtual network we have. We can deploy many virtual machine, or that can be have public IPs that can have communicate from anywhere, from the internet, from the VPN connectivity. So it is pretty allow all the networks. We want to restrict the networks. So how do you restrict that? Let me give example this way. You have a you live in the big complex. There's a society, there's a complex, all right? So this is a big complex, and complex have one door, right? This is the one gate of your complex, right? And in the complex there are many buildings, right? Those are the buildings, right? So what happened that generally this is a one big complex compound, right? And this is your building one, so on. So generally you have a security guard. There is a security guard always standing at your gate, complex gate, right? And it won't allow stranger to come and talk inside, or it won't allow stranger to go inside and without having proper permissions. So what happened that anyone tries to come to this compound, it will get stop the car and say that, hey, where you want to go? Where you coming from? Where you want to go? Do you have a permissions? So all this permission, if you have, then only it will allow to go on a building. Let's say that we want to go to building number 6. Right, this is building number 6. Then you go drive on building number 6. There could be possible there will be another security guard, the building security guard. Every building or might be have a security guard, or some building don't have a security guard. So this building have a security guard, and these two building don't have a security guards, right? So this security guard will also stop you that here where you want to go. You say that I want to go meet Samit. So do you have a permission to meet Samit? Where you coming from? He collect all the details and let you go inside, right? This is how things works, right? So this is nothing but your NSG, Network Security Group. This is another NSG, right? NSG, Security Group. So NSG is nothing but a one service in Azure. NSG is one of a service in Azure. Its job is to protect protect your computer, protect your resource, not computer. I'll just simply say the your resource. Protect the resource. How it protect? It checks four options. It check the four option. It check the source IP where you're coming from, source port, right? If you guys remember that I have asked you to understand about the ports. Then destination IP, where you want to go, where whom you want to meet, destination IP and destination port, right? Based on matching conditions, it will do the two actions. What are the two actions it will perform? One will be allow, another will be deny. Based on matching the actions, so it will be do the allow action or deny action. So let me give example. Let's say that I say that if someone's coming from Bangalore, my this complex in Chennai, if someone's coming from Bangalore, all right, so don't allow someone's coming from Bangalore and going destination as this complex, Chennai complex, then deny the connection. There's a COVID situation, so we don't want to allow any Bangaloreans, right? So we want to be secured our environment. So we say that if anyone's coming from Bangalore, don't allow, right? If someone is coming from Coimbatore, then allow the connect, allow to the society. Make sense? So we are creating a conditions. What conditions we are creating generally? We we are creating a conditions like source if you're coming from a specific locations and destinations that which machine, let's say that it's coming to this society, you stand at this society. And this watchman will ask you that where are you coming from? You will say that I'm coming from Coimbatore, right? Okay, where do you want to go? I want to go on building number 6. You are defining your destinations. I want to go building number 6, right? Since this security guard is doing the security for all 6 buildings, so I need to define the I need to define a destination port, right? So this is how SAME works. You need to provide a source IP. Source port is not much important. Generally, people avoid source port, but sometimes is SNAT is there. We required a source port. So that's a very rare case, but the people generally don't provide source code, right? But destination source IP and destination IP and destination port is important one, right? So let me show you this example. I have this virtual machine, and if I want to start this virtual machine, let me start. All right, let me remove the NSG first. I'll just remove the security guard. There will be no NSG. So I'll show the difference. What could be impact on network, impact on virtual machines. I'll go on network card, network interface card, then go for NSG, and I'll just say that I don't want NSG at all. And meanwhile, virtual machine getting started. Right? I have removed energy. There's energy is equal to none. So this virtual machine don't have energy. Now let me refresh the page. I can should see that. Now what I'll do that I'll be connect this machine. All right. I'll connect this machine with remote desktop service. Since there is a no security guard, there is no security guard, I can simply quickly log into my virtual machine. It prompts me the username password. Let me provide a username password. I can log into virtual machine, right? So there is no security guard, there is no restriction at all. Now what I'll do that, I'll create a new security guard, or I can simply say that a network security group in terms of Azure language. So NSG, I'll create my NSG, new NSG. How do I create it? Simply, I'll go on provide some resource group. Region is important, Central India. And so this is, I can say that demo classes NSG. I'll just providing a name. All right. All right, this energy has been deployed. Let me refresh. It's already deployed. Why it's not showing that? Okay, it's got deployed. Let me refresh. Now energy got deployed. I can go to network card of that virtual machine. Which virtual machine it was? This was VM2, right? Which I have started. Yes. So I'll go to my virtual machine, go to networking, right? After going to networking, I can see that there's a public IP attached to this network card, which I generally take public IP. And there is a private IP, which is 1.32, 0.32, right? I'll click on network card, go to NSG, and click on newly created NSG, and just save it, right? The few minutes before, when I try to access this machine without doing anything, right? I had a public IP. That's it. The same public IP already have it, right? And with 89, when I connected, it connected directly. Now, if I try to connect this machine, it will try to reach it out and it will get failed, right? It will try to reach it out and will get failed. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, perfect, perfect. So you can see that this virtual machine is not reachable. Why it is not reachable? Because I have put a security guard. So I'll simply, right, let me go on a new paint. I'll show you that what I'm doing right now. I have created one virtual machine. That virtual machine have the NIC card. This is a NIC card attached to it, and I have some public IP. This is my public IP. Now I have connected NSG, Network Security Group. Right? All this NIC card, public IP, and NSG are attached to NIC card. So this is my, just to clarify, NIC card, and this is public IP and NSG. So once I apply the NSG, before applying this NSG, it it have the public IP, right? That is allowing to connect me that virtual machine. Now what happened if I apply the NSG? After applying NSG, it is stopping the same service. I haven't done anything, just only attach energy. It is stopping my connectivity. Now, what is happening here that this security guard is restricting me, says that, okay, where are you coming from? Where you go wanted to go? I say that I'm coming from my laptop. My laptop has some public IP and I wanted to go this machine. So it says that you're not allowed. Because by default in NSG, if I go on network security group, if I go to security group, where is which one I have created just now? In the inbound rules, if I go that this is communication is happening inbound, right? All the communication is coming to from outside, it's coming to inflow. So that is called inbound rule. So inbound rule, right? Where is my inbound rule? What it says that if anyone is coming from source is if source is virtual network, I am coming from virtual network? No, I am coming from my laptop, internet. It's coming from the virtual network and trying to reach the virtual network, then allow. So this rule doesn't meet my condition. If I am coming from the load balancer and trying to reach anything else apart from the virtual network or anything, so allow the connections. So these two rules doesn't match my condition, my laptop condition. Where I'm coming from? I'm coming from the public IP. What is my public IP? What is my public IP? This is my public IP right now, right? This is my public IP. So I'm coming from the internet. I am coming from this internet. So what third rule says that this is our default rules. Okay, guys, this is a default rule. What third rule says? If you're coming from anywhere and reaching out to this anywhere, to deny. So I belongs to this rule, because I'm coming from anywhere, which is not specified. So all network, all source IPs, all destination, wherever you want to go, should be denied by default. That's why when I try to take a remote desktop, when I try to take a remote desktop, it is trying to reach out and get denied because of last rule, which says that's coming from source is any, destination any, then deny. Make sense, guys? Now let me add one rule which says that I am coming from source IP, which is my public IP. I'm coming from my public IP. What is my IP? I have just checked the public IP, and source port I just keep it all. Destination I just keep it as of now. I'll just keep it this virtual machine IP is destination is this private IP, right? Destination is this private IP. Destination IP is this private IP, right? And I want to reach out to 3389. What is 3389, guys? What is 3389? The port 3389 used for what? Yes, RDP port. Perfect, Kiran. Perfect, Sharon. So this is RDP port, remote desktop service. I want to take a desktop of virtual machine. So that's why I'm using this tool, and this tool by default use 3389 port, which is nothing but a remote desktop protocol. So I'm allowing 3389 port and setting a priority. Priority we'll talk later on. Just keep it me 200, and I'll say that allow, I'll give it allow RDP from Samid laptop, right? I have added one rule. Rule has been added. Let's see that. Refresh it. I can see in inbound rule, there is one rule got added, which says that on destination port 3389 and source IP is this, and destination IP is this, is allowed. So now same thing which I was trying was getting disconnected. Now I'm trying to access it. I can get the prompt, right, guys? So I can take a desktop. Make sense? So this is what specific rule I allowed. Let me do one thing. Let me share you this public IP. What public IP I want to share you. Can you guys try from your laptop this public IP? Can you try to reach out this public IP? I'm pasting in a chat, right? Can you try to access this? I'm pretty sure that you will get error because it will say that machine will not be reachable. Can you try quickly and answer someone that you are getting the machine is not reachable? Could not connect error. Can you provide your public IP? Go to search on internet and type what is my public IP. I'll be add your public IP in this rule. Then after that, you also try same thing. Can you provide your public IP, please? Type on the browser, it says that what is my public IP. Then you will get your public IP. Okay. You could not connect. So can you provide a public IP? So I'll add your public IP here. Just go to browser and type what is my public IP on a Google. On the Google. Okay, I got a Mahesh public IP. Copy. It's coming as a link. Okay, let me. All right, I will add Mahesh public IP. Then I'll add a Ravindra public IP and Shravanti public IP. Then you guys, after saving that, you guys try it again. Then you will get a prompt for the password. All right, I'm adding couple of public IP. And how I separating the public IP? By using a comma. I'm using a comma to separate the different IPs. Where is cursor? Yeah. So I'm putting a comma after my public IP or your public IP and getting separated. Now after saving this rule, let it save. After saving this rule and update, you will try the same public IP which I shared you, the same which is got error. You just try it again and you will get the prompt of user and password. Then you can try it out the providing the user and password. The username is sysadmin and password is trail this one. Yep, you are able to connect. You could not connect. Who's this? Ravinder, I have added your ID IP. Can you try now? Okay, again not able to connect. Okay, why this is or might be we have to wait for a little bit. Open, right? So it take little few seconds to get sync it. Then after it will be get. Mahesh, can you try it again? I believe it should work, but can you guys try it? Mahesh, Shravanti, and Ravindra. This three public. Okay, opening. Perfect. So what we have done, yeah, what we have done, we have allowed specific public IPs in inbound rules. We says that if someone comes, then if it's coming from this IP and want to talk on this port, then allow the connections. So it's allowing the flow. So this watchman is kind of a dumb watchman. It is not a smart enough. If I put the one rule, let's say that I say that one rule is that deny any source is any, destination any, and someone is coming for port 3389 on port number temporary, okay, on the port number this 3389, anyone is coming should be denied. Okay, I have allowed. I'll make it deny. All right. So the rule is that anyone is coming from anywhere and trying to reach this machine or this machine, any machine, then the connection should be denied. So now if I try to access this machine, I'll be get deny error in few seconds. Let it wait, let it effective, right? So you can see that it's now able not able to reach it now. but still I have provided allow connections. So why this is not working? So I said that this watchman is a dumb watchman. He have a rule list, okay? A rule list is just like rules, and he start from the top, line number one, line number two, line number three, line number four, line number five. And if he sees that rule number one is not matching, line number one is not matching, he's not go and rule number 10, 5 or any other rule. He just see the first rule, match it, and it will act on that. You will say that, okay, look down. There is my rule, which it says that allowed, but it says that no. On the top, it's written no allow, not allowed, so I'll say no allowed. Right? I match this rule. Yes, my source IP is belongs to any, definitely, because anyone's all, right? And I am trying to access 3389, and that's why it's happening a deny. Even next rule is says that it is allowed, but the first rule, which is coming the lowest priority. Now the priority is important here. Which is having a lowest priority will have a higher weightage in terms of rule. Again, I'm repeating that word. If you providing lowest priority, it will having higher weightage in terms of rules. So these two rules are matching with me. If I try to access the RDP, these two rules are matching with me, right, guys? But still, the lowest priority will be having higher weightage. If I just change this rule from 100 to 300, rule is still there. I am not doing anything apart just from changing the priority. I just change the priority. I made it higher priority. So which means that lower priority will have a higher weightage, right? Which means that this lower priority, the lower rule will be having a higher weightage. Now, anyone is trying to reach out of this IPs will able to access now. So let me show you. Now I'm getting access. Just changing a priority number. So what I want to show you here that the lowest priority will have a higher impact. And the rules IP, source IP, destination IPs, and port and action. All these four combines and makes the your condition successful. Make sense, guys? Are you getting that why I'm using the priority? What is the importance of priority? Any doubt in terms of priority? No doubt. Perfect, perfect. Now, the important thing which I want to explain you that you have to define a source port. When it is the incoming connections. When it is outgoing connections, your source will be what? This is, let's say that this is my laptop. If you're coming from my laptop, which is my source in this scenario, and this is incoming connection for this virtual machine, VM1, right? This is NSG is applied to this virtual machine one, and incoming connection is which means that yes. So laptop is a source. So laptop is coming a source and destination is my virtual machine. This is incoming connection, inbound, right? Same thing. There is a outbound. Outbound means that I'm sending some traffic to outside. I'm from virtual machine sending traffic to this laptop or some other machine, right? That is called outbound. If I say that in outbound, what is the source? In outbound, what is the source? Exactly, via virtual machine, VM1 is my source, and destination is my laptop. So in inbound connections, my source is important, but in outbound connections, my destination is important. My destination is important. Make sense, guys? Any questions here, guys? Any questions? Any doubt? Yes, Mahesh. Questions? If you have a question, please ask me. Yes, Mahesh. If you have a questions, no question. Perfect. All right. So we have covered the basics on energy, which says that energy have a two options. One is that inbound, another is in outbound. And in inbound, the source is important. We need to define a source where is coming connection is coming from. Destination is not important. I can put any if I am applying energy on my virtual machine because this any means that definitely this is only one, right? There's no any other behind this energy. This is virtual machine. So I can destination I can put it any here. But in this scenario, if this energy is attached to subnet level, this is called subnet level. Security guard of complex is called subnet level. If it is not a virtual machine level, I just give example. This is virtual machine, and this is another virtual machine, and this is my subnet. Right. It is a subnet level, then definitely my destination also required to mention because which virtual machine it should get impacted. Let's say that I say that 3389 is allowed from my laptop, but I don't define the destination. I say is that any, it will allow all virtual machine. If I want to allow only this machine, then I have to define the destination IP also. Make sense, guys? When to use destination in inbound? When you are alone behind the energy, virtual machine is alone behind the energy, you doesn't require a destination port. You can put any or you can put IP, doesn't matter. But if is energy is attached to subnet level, right? Energy is attached to subnet level, then you require to define a destination port. Source is always important. Yes, source is always important in the in the inbound port. If I go for the outbound service, so right, let's say the traffic is going from here. Let me make it red color. There's outbound traffic. So source will be my virtual machine and destination will be anything. Destination will be anything. So this time destination is important for me because I know my traffic is genuine. I am not sending in any virus and I'm not sending anything. That's why I just want to protect my data. I want to send to a specific computer, not from anywhere, so I can provide a destination port. Right? Say, simple example, I want to allow that Google IP, but I don't want to allow the Facebook IP. Right? So I can allow the Google IP, but I don't want to allow the Facebook IP. So Facebook connection will be get dropped, destination one. But I want to allow Google IP, Google IP will goes. So if this energy is attached to virtual machine, definitely I don't require to provide source here in outbound, right? But this is attached to subnet level, this energy is attached to subnet level, then I require to provide a source machine, which is traffic is coming from where. Destination is always important if you are outbound. Make sense, guys? All right, perfect, perfect. Uh, All right, I just take a break for today. I'll have a short lesson today, but this is pretty much covered. The important thing which I need to mention it here that how to make a rule. Rule is pretty simple. Rule is a combination of four things. Source IP. Again, I'll just say that source IP, source port, destination IP, and destination port. Right? All are important whether it is inbound or outbound. Right? Then finally comes after matching this rule. After matching this rule, you need to provide action. Action will be allow connection. Action will be deny connection. Make sense, guys? So first thing is that they should match the rule. After matching a rule, then action will be implemented. That will be allow or deny. So what is happening in this rule, that source IP is my laptop IP, destination is this virtual machine IP, and port is I'm providing 3389 destination port. Source port I'm not mentioning right now, right? Then after matching this rule, I say that action will be considerable, right? Here also, source IP is my laptop IP always come in any. Destination IP, all machines will come in behind whatever virtual machine be behind the NSG. And rule is 3389, port is 3389. Then action is happening called deny. Now, one is deny, one is allowed, but which will be impact? So this is the security guard is my dumb security guard. He don't understand anything. What he do generally, he just he just look from top to bottom. He just start looking from top to bottom, and anything get matches first, it will impact. If it doesn't match it, it will say that okay, look behind there is a bit deny. It will know. It will say no. I found first rule. I'll be act on that. I'll be do the action. I'll not see that where it is rule number 300, 500, 5000 doesn't matter. All right, guys. Any questions here? Any questions, guys? No. Perfect, Sharon. No, Ravindra. Kiran. Mahesh. No. Kiran. No. Exactly. Lower number have a higher priority and vice versa. Not vice versa. You cannot say the vice versa. Higher priority have lower. Yes, you can say simply say that. Yes, lower number have a higher priority. Lower priority. Actually, you're using a wrong word, Sharon. Lower priority have higher impact. You can simply say that. Lower priority having the higher impact, or you can simply say the first impact. This is it's pretty confusing. That definitely what you are saying is logically right, but people get confused that okay, priority means what? Priority means this number or what is actually priority. So if you say that the lower priority is having the higher impact, simply this is what we can say that. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. At same time, I have a call. Sorry, it is ad hoc call from my office. I need to join in. For tomorrow also, I don't have it, but I have call on Thursday, but that is at 11 p.m. Okay, perfectly fine. So we can see you tomorrow at 3:30. Uh, Same times. I'll be sending a link 3:30 exactly on 3:30. Please be ready with your bandwidth and laptop, and we'll connect tomorrow. So tomorrow, what we are connecting, we are continuing the energy. We're doing the practical implementations. We'll see that where we can apply the at subnet level, where we can apply the virtual machine level, and what happen if I apply the both NSG level, subnet level, and virtual machine level. What could be impact, right? Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. I'll send it today's link. If any, if you have any questions, please ping me on WhatsApp or call me. No problem. Take care.